The rose ceremony cocktail party, Ben, he followed through. He was the first guy to pull Tayshia. Everybody was getting some time with Tayshia until Noah went to talk to Tayshia. And now there have been some moments between Noah and the rest of the guys where they clearly think he is immature and not, Tayshia maybe doesn't like him or, whatever they've been talking about. Noah already has a rose from the group date, which is also why they're all salty because he wasn't supposed to be on that group date. And he tells Tayshia that the guys have been gossiping about her giving out that rose for drama, like for that she doesn't really like Noah, and she did that to kind of keep things interesting and for drama. Which, did Noah just pull that out of his ass? Because not once did any of those guys say that.
And if they did, we didn't see it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I didn't hear anybody say that. And I also think that, it's almost like he was letting her know that the guys in the house are questioning her motives, which I feel like is a strong thing to imply.
Yeah, no, he went for the jugular. Yeah, he went for the jugular with the guys. Like, it wasn't like, oh, the guys have been giving me a hard time. It was like, he made it about her and not about him. It wasn't like, oh, this is me versus the guys. He made it, oh, these guys are fucking talking behind your back, like, and saying that you're making, they don't respect the moves you're making. And Tayshia got pissed, rightfully so. Mm-hmm. So she comes back in. She's like, gentlemen, can I see all of you in the other room? Like, it's just,
big attitude out of Tayshia today. Like, big attitude. Amazing
attitude. And all those guys felt like they were being punished by their principal. Like, you could tell they were like, and like they all gather. Tayshia lays down the law, tells them how it is, and is like, you know what? If you guys are gonna question me, like, I will gladly walk you out that door. And then she's like, I'll see you all at the rose ceremony, and like flips her hair and walks out. Yep. See you later, mic drop. None of you get to talk to me anymore.
I loved it. The hair flip, everything. It was so powerful. She let them know, I'm not fucking around. I also feel like these guys are getting a lot of their cocktail parties cut short. I'm not going to lie. It seems like not a lot of party is happening. It's a lot of seriousness. There's not much letting loose here. They're getting them cut short, but you know what? She didn't want to deal with their bullshit, so whatever.
I think though,
but also, like, at the same time, we gave Claire shit for doing the same thing. So are we not going to give Tayshia shit for cutting this short again?
I don't think I'm going to give Tayshia shit for this one, because I will say maybe she took what Noah said a little too seriously without like hearing any like other information. Like, I maybe would have talked to one more guy and been like, hey, listen, Noah just told me this. What the fuck is this about? But I also don't
think... She
needed
to cross-reference that one.
Exactly. But I don't think it was as dramatic as like a Claire situation. And also, I maybe think that she felt like it was okay to do that because we forget that she did give them the privilege of like canceling the rose ceremony and just having a cocktail party on her first week. Like, they had this, bump and party the first time they all hung out. And now she's like, well, that shit was a privilege and you guys are abusing the privilege of hanging out with me. So see yourself the fuck out.
Exactly. And these guys are PO'd, to say the least. And they're like, who talked to Tayshia last? Like, where is this coming from? Noah finally fesses up and says, like, oh, it was me. And kind of tells them what he said, but also not really. And look, in Noah's defense, it's got to be hard when you're in a room with a bunch of other dudes who, like, in the moment hate your guts and you're trying to defend yourself when you have every single person trying to like tell you that you just made a huge mistake. But the guys are pissed and rightfully so. They're all coming for him. They are clearly giving Noah the villain edit because every time he talks, it's like dun 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 dun. Like,
yes,
the music
like,
is frightening,
really,
but also makes
telling.
him seem cooler than he is. It's like, damn, Noah's in the room.
Suspenseful. The music is suspenseful as fuck. Like, it's like a buildup that you're like, oh my God, is like is he about to be slashed? Like, am I watching a horror film? Some guy's about to chase Noah down the hallway and like with an axe?
100%. That's really what it sounds like. And that's how I think collectively we all felt watching it today in the room. There's like a, good crowd of us. We all were like, fuck, what is this music? Like everyone noticed it. It was very purposeful seeming to me.
Yes, definitely. So it seems like not as bad of a punishment for the crime, if that makes sense. It's like, yes, Noah definitely made a statement he should have made, but now it's getting blown out so much. Now, is Noah a little shitster? Yeah, he absolutely is. He's like the youngest of 10 kids. I think shitster is your middle name if you're in that position. Like he's definitely stirring the pot, but Bennett seems to be the one who's taking it the most personal.
He does seem to be taking it personally, so much so that he's now hung up on the fact that he's like babysitting this guy. And I think that we forget that Bennett's like 36 years old. Is he the oldest there at this point? He might be.
Kenny.
Oh, Kenny.
But Kenny's gone now, but
forget it. So I think it sounds... What Noah did was a little bit of like, I think Tayshia says it next week, like schoolyard, juvenile, teenage bullshit. But Bennett, instead of just like ignoring him and being like, you're a child, like you're not worth my time, he's now very invested in it. And he's hurling his own insults and trying to like assert his like age and dominance and, whatever. I didn't hate it. I obviously loved it personally, but I can see how it can come across a little off-putting.
What did we think about the breastfeeding comment?
I loved it. I cracked up so hard. Thought it was hysterical.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but Roan brought up a good point on the after show, being like, guys don't usually breastfeed. So
yeah, Roan was like, men don't traditionally breastfeed, so it is a little strange, to visualize. No,
but I thought it was fine. I feel like Bennett's just talking shit. He's like, all right, I'm here. I'm gonna talk shit. Like me and Noah, we're going at it. That's fine. We're gonna fight this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I do kind of think that Bennett really feels offended by the way that Noah like carries himself. Like I just think he doesn't like being associated with a guy like Noah, and the rest of the guys definitely have more of a maturity, it seems like, than Noah does.
Totally.
He has made it very clear that he doesn't care. Earlier, before before the second group date, Noah wasn't on the list, and he already had a rose from the other group date, and he was like, damn, I wish I was on there so I could get more time with Tayshia. And Bennett was like, why would you ever think you would get a group? Like, why would you ever think you would be invited on this date? You already have a rose. The whole point of the group date is so someone can get a rose, and you already have the rose. But logistically, Bennett is correct. But like, is Noah all of a sudden a bad guy for saying he wants more time with Tayshia?
Yeah, I mean, it's all when you lay out the facts. Bennett's not wrong, but if you think about the nuanced situation, no, it's fine for him to be like, no, I wish I got more time with Tayshia, like kicking a rock down the street, being alone at the house.